Be a Minecraft, you know. Yeah. A One West. Yeah, man. Be a Minecraft, you know. But man, zero the game. So I don't know what I would do. First thing first, charge it. We Sheila David, that can no Illuminati. Get that through your ass, said I know them, said them want this. Remove my glasses, I must see through me nazi. Chat to my 40, your boy style me. Me now while it. UPK, me say motherfucking army. To flush it like toilet, you rank like gear. Boy should have know say prevent crisis. Yo no pussy can't while we up. Style me no them things say them tough, but them no wild enough. But the bad mind fuck up them boiling up. Them one man pre-corrupt fi spoil me love. Hey, come with a billion style. Can't stop a brilliant child. Can't tread a lily 1 mile in a few we shows them no time. The next thing, watch them out, that are the best thing. I made the best win. Charge it, who am I kidding? That's way. I One West run your city and your damn street. Who say IUIC, up your fuckery. Purple body boy, them that's the police. Alone war man a breathe, say no peace. No give me rice and peace, give me more beef. And from a style and a week at the factory. Have y'all a cry cause she need up the bad breeze. She say she love the fat sheep and the black sheep. Me say me love your not knees, it attracts me. And anyway the Glock squeeze up the stop breed. The enemy them a feel like trap meat. But not late when the killer them touch the street. We a take over, nobody can stop we. No pussy can't while we up. Style me no them things say them tough, but them no wild enough. Dirty bad mind fuck up them boiling up. Them one man break corrupt fi spoil me love. Hey, come with a million style. Can't trick a militant child. Can't tread a lily 1 mile in a few we shows them no time.
With David AI, you don't need to use
Alright, Shalom Israel. Welcome again to another ISUPK Sunday evening scripture breakdown class. My name is Priest and Officer 500, Kayadwan, under Commanding General YAHANNA in the ISUPK, Jamaica. See, I'm sitting in for Officer of 1,000, Abadawan, this evening. You understand? And you know what I mean? For those who don't really know about the ISUPK, make me introduce the ISUPK to you. See, for those who know about it, and you know what I mean, I've been watching the classes and is tuning in to understand, you know what I mean, to learn more about our culture, you know what I mean. Welcome. See? So we are the ISUPK, started 1 West 125th Street in Harlem, New York, 1969. 1969 is when the truth was, you know what I mean, given to Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. That was the year when the Most High decided that now is the time I'm going to start wake up back in people. See? So what we teach is that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are the real biblical Israelites in the Bible. Blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians are the 12 lost tribes of Israel. You understand? Lost tribes, because today nobody know who the real lost are tribes of Israel are. If you ask the Jewish man which tribe he's from, most of them are going to tell you Benjamin and Levi, for the most part. Benjamin and Levi. Then one to the tribe of Asher. One to the tribe of, you know what I mean, Gad. One to the tribe of Simeon. One to the tribe of Naphtali. One to the tribe of Reuben. Them never think it through that much because they are imposters. You understand? And centuries ago, their nation converted to Judaism, which has nothing to do with the Bible. It's just Judaism is like, you know what I mean, a mimicking of the real Jews to prevent war. They did this to prevent war between the Christians and the Muslims. You understand? They didn't want to pick sides, so they converted. So now those people are the people in Palestine right now claiming to be God's chosen people. Now, during this time, when them converted, the real Israelites, the real Jews, they were in exile. The same Christians or Romans, they are the ones that cause us to go into exile. See? And the same Christians enslaved us 1,000 and odd years later. 1,000 and odd, yeah. I think the slave trade started 1492. So in 70 AD, we were exiled by the Romans. The Romans eventually created the Roman Catholic Church, which is the beginning of Christianity. See? They invaded us in 70 AD, massacred us, kicked us out of our land. We fled into some parts of Europe. We fled into some parts of Africa. See? Now, in the year 1492 was when the slave trade, the transatlantic slave trade, commenced. When they came over here where some of the tribes were. Now, these tribes were kicked out of the land way before 70 AD. They were during the Assyrian captivity. Then they came over here. They were the first humans to live over here in the Americas. Civilization was settled over into the east. There was nobody over here before the other tribes came here. You understand? Christopher Columbus came over here and claimed that he discovered over here, but this was discovered by our brothers, the Hispanics and Native Indians, thousands of years before. You understand? They were the ones that, you know what I mean, that, what I call it now, what's the word I look for? That subdue this soil over here in the Americas. It's their land. Jamaica belong to the Hispanics. Haiti belong to the Hispanics. You know what I mean? The Americas belong to the Hispanics from North, Central, and South America. They were the first human beings to live in this land. This land was occupied by animals and, you know what I mean, dinosaurs and them things, which them have to kill off the dinosaur them to live here. Dinosaurs weren't a million years ago. That's another white man lie. The Hispanics and the Native Indians, the Taino Indians, the Arawaks, the Mayans, because the oppressor want you to believe that the Mayans were hundreds of thousands years ago and nobody knew what happened to the Mayans. Let me tell you what happened to the Mayans. Christopher Columbus happened to the Mayans. You understand? Smallpox, the diseases what them bring over here, that's what happened to the Mayans and the Aztecs and the Arawaks and the Tainos and the Amerindians. See, Amerindians is some of the names that they gave to them. But that wasn't them name. See, these were the other 10 tribes that came over here before we were now captured in the transatlantic slave trade and brought over here. You understand? So the fake Jews who are over there in Palestine now trying to conquer the Middle East because they, you know what I mean, them have really, those fake Jews, They are from the tribe of Esau. They are the leading tribe of Esau, which is Amalek. Zin, Esau is the white man, but they are the top tribe. Zin, of the white man. Them control the world. That's why Donald Trump carry out them bidding. You understand? I don't want to set what I call it now, sidebar too deep, but just understand that them control the world. Them control the banking system, them control, you know what I mean? All the big enterprises where you see run the earth. Them, you know what I mean? Through subtlety and thievery. Them do it throughout the centuries. You understand? They were also complicit in our slave trades, in the transatlantic slave trade. They are just white people. That's all they are. They are not, you know what I mean, some different race of people from white people. They are just the big family, are the rich first class family amongst white people. And they also take advantage of other white people. But you know what I mean? They are the top white people. But they are the ones pretending to be us. That's the problem. They are the ones claiming that they are Jews because, you know what I mean, during the time of Muhammad, that was like during the 7th century, Zin, or the 6th century, they converted to a thing where them create called Judaism, which really means pretending to be the Jews. Because the Romans and their Christianity were at war with the Muslims and their Islam. And they didn't want to join the fight. So them say, we are Jews. We are the Jews. We can't pick side because we are the Jews. Because to pick a side would mean that you are Christian or you are Muslim. So them just say, no, we are not Christian or Muslim, we are the Jews, and we're not joining the fight. See? So while the Christians and the Muslims were unaliving each other, they stood by and they capitalized. See? But they were just white people. Eventually, Hitler had a problem. Hitler being another, are the Germans, which is where Hitler ruled at one point. Other white people had a problem with them because they were manipulative and they wanted to monopolize everything. They were subjugating their own brothers, Zin, into servitude, and Hitler rebelled against them. And because of the power that they had at the time, they were able to roll up all of white people to go to war with the German white people. Because they had power, they owned the banks, they owned this, they owned that. Zin? So now the rest of white people went to war with Germany. So white and white crime took place with these fake Jews pretending that they are oppressed when they were the ones that were oppressing the Germans, and the Germans rebelled. So eventually you had World War II, Zin, and the Germans were eventually subdued, and eventually America now become the superpower, being controlled by these same tribes of white people. Remember, the world is divided in tribes of people, families. When we say tribes, we mean family. Zin? There's a family of white people called the fake Jews, or the Jewish man over there in Palestine. Them control Hollywood, the banking system, everything. They are the ones ruling the earth. And then under them, other white people rule under them. These are our enemies. See? We here in Jamaica, Haiti, Trinidad and Tobago, Cuba, Mexico, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are the real biblical Jews. That is who the Bible is talking about, not them something there over there in Palestine. Zin? So here is the dilemma. Here is the plot of the world. You know what I mean? Story concerning this planet Earth. There is somebody pretending to be God's chosen people who are not. And there's a people who is suffering and being subjugated who are really God's chosen people. I'll find that scripture. Zin, quick and fast. In the meanwhile, like, share, subscribe. See? Let me see if Araya Allah. No, I'm not forward it. I'm going to jump to Revelations. You don't have a Bible, everybody have a Bible. Draw for them scripture here. While me I read it, pull them by your phone, pull them on something. So you know, say what we are reading is not something that we created. See? This is Revelation chapter 2 and verse 9. And it says, I know thy works and tribulation. Remember, Revelation is a book of prophecies. You understand? Prophecies, things that are to come. See? And it says, I know thy works and tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich. This is talking to the real Israelites. We are in poverty. We are facing tribulation. Right now, the Cubans, they are going through, you know what I mean, a complete blackout. Sometimes it come back because they might try rectify the situation. But America have a blockade on them right now. Further than the embargo that they already have for the pandemic from over half a century ago. Zin, we cause them phenomenal electricity. Zin, tribulation and poverty. Who know that more than Jamaicans and Cubans and Haitians? Eh? And Trinidadians and Venezuelans and Brazilians. Zin? But, it said, but thou art rich. Why we're rich? Why is it that we are going through this tribulation and poverty, but yet still we're rich? Why we're rich regardless of that? Because we are God's chosen people. And the day are forward swiftly, fast, when we will be the people in charge of this earth, not the white man and his tribes. Our 12 tribes will be in charge, not the white man and him abominable tribes. See, we are really rich because the inheritance of this entire earth belongs to us. We are the chosen people of God. You understand? But it say no. And I know the blasphemy. What is a blasphemy? Blasphemy is an extreme and blatant lie. A lie against God himself. You understand? Let me just look up the meaning of the word blasphemy so I understand it. See? Blasphemy. Blasphemy is the act of showing great disrespect, contempt, or irreverence towards God. So, the most I call this thing what I'm going to read now, blasphemy, disrespect to him. See? And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews. There's a people on the earth right now which the earth called Jews. And the most I consider that blasphemy. See? Which say they are Jews and are not. Why? Why are they not Jews? Because Jews mean short for Judah, the tribe of Judah, which in one time would include Benjamin and Levi, which would be the Jamaicans. So Judah would be the North American black people. You know what I mean? Benjamin would be Jamaicans, Caribbean, and the Haitians are the Levites. Then this would be Judah at one point, or the Jews, not Judah, but we were all called Jews in short for Judah because we dwell in the same place at one point in Judea. We lived in Judea. So you have Benjamin, Judah, and Levi who lived in Judea. These were called Jews because we lived in Judea. No, these people who say they are Jews, they are not the tribe of Judah. So them can't be Jews. Them are white people, a separate race of people. The most I consider it a blasphemy because the most I have chosen people. So this oppressor calling himself Jews is blasphemy to the Most High. The Most High consider it a disrespect. Zin? And are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. Now you know, so the Bible talk about prophecy now, because when was this written? This was written, you know what I mean, over 1,000 years ago. The Jews them at the temple. The fake Jews have synagogues. That's what the fake Jews worship today in synagogues. This is a prophecy. So you know, say the Bible prophecy them not miss. Because we never worship in a synagogue. What is a friggin' synagogue? We never worship in a synagogue. The real Jews them never know nothing about a synagogue. Who worship in a synagogue? The fake Jews. Then it say, and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. Right. They are Satan, meaning they serve Satan. And you can see proof that them serve Satan. What them do? What is them action throughout the earth? All right. For those who might not know, let me show you where them people are control. Them control Hollywood. Then Hollywood is basically oppressors, witchcraft, brainwash, propaganda. Where all immorality come from. Them control the music industry, which, you know what I mean, basically capitalize off of black people and Hispanic people talent, and then push through it, which our people don't really have a say in the matter. You know? Zin? Because them own it and them write the checks. Zin? So them promote all manner of immorality through the music and the culture which we created, which wasn't about all this immorality and sex and, you know what I mean, and unaliving. Them push that with the intention to get us to be immoral as a people. Then another thing with them do, them control the porn industry. How is it that you are God chosen people, but you responsible for the source of all immorality upon the face of the earth? The porn industry was created by these fake Jews. All of the porn website them where you can think about is the fake Jews them. Them own all of that. Plus them own the banking system. Them own all the big enterprises in the earth. Them own the IMF. Them own the World Bank. Them own everything. Them literally own the world. That's why Netanyahu can get Donald Trump to do something where, you know what I mean, other presidents was afraid to do. Because him really called the shots. And Jeffrey Epstein was a fake Jew. So them a hold that over Donald Trump head now if say, boy, if you don't attack Iran, then we're going to release the Epstein file. Which that is part of them plan too. Part of them thing where them use to gain, them so manipulative. With money and all of the tools where them use, manipulative tools, them basically can blackmail who don't follow them protocol. So Jeffrey Epstein's job was to catch leaders and celebrities in a compromising position so that whenever these fake Jews need it, they can use it as blackmail to get them to do them biddings. So Donald Trump, being one of the most compromised individuals on planet Earth, did have to conduct this war. But I guess him did think this war was going to be finishing in 2 weeks when this war was Bible prophecy. You understand? This war is Bible prophecy. So him basically get caught in the Most High trap. Basically. The fake Jews and him get cast in the Most High trap. Because the Most High want this war to happen. That's World War III. For someone who never know. That in the Bible too. So these fake Jews, these are the things that them use. And they use it on black people too. Them use it on our black leaders. That's why you have man like P. Diddy, we get compromised. You have so many of our well, more consider him a black leader, but them use celebrity, them put up celebrities and entertainers as our leaders to kind of diminish the quality of, you know what I mean, or the strength of our people. So you have a rapper, or some basketball player, or some corrupt politician being our leaders. So we don't really have no real leaders. Our leaders are degenerates. But them paid degenerates to be our role models. You understand? So that our kids don't look up to nothing but degenerates. You understand? So these fake Jews use them platter and them do it from the Rothschild days and them thing. They don't know about the Rothschild. All the conspiracy theories know about the Rothschild and Ray. And them thing them do. See? But the point of the matter is they are not the real Jews. They are not the real Israelites. We are God's chosen people. God is on our side. And God is not Christianity or Islam or Judaism or Rastafariism. The Most High did not give us a religion. He chose a people and gave them laws and instructions. And those people were we. We messed up by disobeying God and following the other nations, and now we're in captivity. But the Most High did not completely put us away. These prophecies have to come to pass, and then the Most High will redeem us back and get rid of these heathens. But now we know life under these heathens because we rebel against God, because we think that God was too harsh. God said, a man, you know what I mean, not to sleep with another man, woman. No, we want to sleep with everybody, woman. God said, a man mustn't be a LGBT. No, you want to be LGBT like the white man or the Africans then. We rebel against God. So God said, all right, since you don't want to follow them, go and go follow them. I must show you how you're going to live under them. And see it, you know? So now God have to come back now and fix it for we now. Because we disobeyed. So now we say, no man, them heathens are wicked, man. Look what them are doing. Them pies with food. Them, you know what I mean? Them pump hormones in our sister them to make them more masculine. Them pump feminine hormones in the brothers them to make them feminine. Them do this, them do that. Them promote LGBT. No, sir. Them heathen are wicked, man. So guess what go on now? The Most High have to come fix it. So he must say, see? So I tell you no. Me simple telling you say don't yam pork. No, not for yam pork. Pork have to eat. Like you not have goat, sheep, bull, chicken. You have to yam pork. You just have to yam pork. So the Most I say, go and go yam pork. Heart disease, diabetes, you know what I mean? High blood pressure. The Most I said, don't eat shrimp. Don't eat lobster. Only eat the thing them with fin and scale. These are the instructions that a God who's all-knowing gave to one particular people. Because these are his people. He give it to us so that we could be, you know what I mean, protected. No, we want them with the heathens, man. They look like the heathens, them have fun over there, so. We want to be like them. We want to worship them gods. This is Easter, by the way. This is Ishtar or Easter. We want to celebrate Easter. We want to worship them God. All right, go on. Go on. Now your woman turn not a LGBT, but she turn a whore. See? And she asleep around. You get jacket, you ball. Oh, Jamaican woman, them so wicked. Yeah, the Easter celebration called Carnival. You never know, say Easter that. Carnival and the lewdness and walk up and down naked and all of them things there. Now she come home with a pick the way I don't feel. And that's not the only scenario, but me just give you an example. No, woman, yo, Jamaican woman are the wickedest part in the world, man. You know what I mean? What you call it now? Paternity fraud gone up to the roof. Yeah, because you want to celebrate Easter. So you got carnival, you promote carnival, you promote Christianity, and then you complain now, say your woman turn a whore. all of the when I say you're a woman, all of a woman them. You complain, so we have a paternity fraud problem. Yeah. And that's how go on. When the Most High say a woman must only have one man. And if a man sleep with a next man, woman, that's supposed to be a crime. The Bible is not a religious book. It's laws concerning our nation. We were to keep these laws so that we would be great. We wouldn't catch the STD. We wouldn't catch all these chronic diseases. We'd live longer. Because so nowadays you have people that say the Bible outdated. When we never had dead so quick. When we keep the Most High law, we never need science to tell we say, you know what I mean, certain things not to eat. We didn't know. Because the Most High give with the law, the Most High give with it. Where they call it now, the blueprint, as in people. Then pick we and say, yo, here what? Uno are my people. Not because Uno do nothing, me just pick Uno. So him pick your father Abraham, then him pick Isaac, then him pick Jacob. And then say, Jacob 12 son them, my people them there. Uno populate. Him save we out of Egypt, build we as a great nation, give we laws and say yes. All right, them people are going to rule the earth because them are going to run the earth or me want the earth to run. Here what we're going to do now. We're going to worship that sick man. And we are worshiping in a Christianity today. Now I'm going to get into my topic. Everybody tap up the screen and like and follow. Now I jump straight into the topic now. See? For those on YouTube who don't know what I was pointing at, me point on the picture of Ishtar. It's not there in the background, right? Let me see if I can add it to the background. Give me a second. So you can see what I go on. I don't want to really keep on out of the loop. See? Let me see if it's possible for me to do so. 1 second. Let me see. Give me a second. Yeah, I can do it. 1 second. Suppose they're in a downloads. Give me a second. I jump to the topic now. And in the meanwhile, everybody just stay tuned. Tap up the screen, share, and like. All right, I'm going to download it back again. Give me a second. See, probably should have downloaded all of them pictures here too. Give me a second. I could have swear I download them. All right, boom. Yeah, it did it. So what does I say? Want to see it on YouTube. I show you what is Easter. See, what is really being worshipped inside of the Christian church. All right, maybe it not turn up on the in the files because of the dimensions. The figure say more of the dimensions. So here I'm gonna share it on the screen. You see, I'm gonna share it on the screen phone on YouTube. Wait there. Bam, bam, bam. Ishtar. No, not that one there. Yeah. All right, so watch out now. I'm going to come out that way so you can see this. See? Notice this is a female idol with I count about I don't know how much breast upon this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 breasts. Right? You know what that represents? That is the god of fertility. But them used to worship in a time past. Yes, if somebody said the goddess of fertility. The reason why she have a bag of breasts is not that any creature upon earth have so much breasts. No. It's because they want to represent something that represents fertility. You understand? In today's time, they don't use this. They use the Easter bunny and the egg. The Easter bunny or the rabbit is to represent the same fertility. And the egg is another symbol of fertility. You understand? Which we know that rabbits do not lay eggs, so it don't even make sense. And of course, them being tell we say Easter is about the death resurrection of Jesus Christ. So what that have to do with rabbit laying eggs at that is because it now have nothing at all to do with the Jesus with the Bible talk about, or Yahawashai. Is really about the fertility goddess mask in a Christianity, and them use Mary to represent her in a Christianity. I'm share that on the screen. That's why the Catholic Church pray to Mary. See? Hail Mary, Mother of Grace, the Lord is with you. Then pray to Mary because the Catholics are the Roman Catholics, don't have nothing to do with the Israelite Bible or records. What they did was to quell the Israelite rebellion within them kingdom, them bridge the stories and claim that now they are so-called followers of the Bible, and then them push in and rebrand them own idolatry and them own paganism. So you know you have a thing called Christianity, which is not biblical. You understand? So now this goddess of fertility has been worshipped for thousands of years from, you know what I mean? So where she started was during the time of right after the flood, during what them call it now, Abyssinia or Babylon. That is where she started. She was originally called Semiramis. So we're going to read the article. See? We're going to read it and show you what I go. In the meanwhile, tap up the screen, like, share, follow, subscribe. See? We're going to read it. So this is the origin of Easter. What does the word Easter mean? Because someone when I get ready to celebrate Easter, when I buy one Easter bun, I'm going to show you where the Easter bun come from. The Easter bun is not your creation. Jamaicans did not create Easter bun. The Easter bun come from something where your born come see and you just adapt it, and you love the Easter bun and you eat it with cheese, and it's idolatry. It now have nothing to do with, well, we all know that Easter bun have nothing to do with Jesus. So what it's about? See, let me read this. We soon come to the Easter bun, by the way. See, it is certainly not a Christian word or name. What does the word Easter have to do with the death and resurrection of Jesus Christ? So them say, Easter is certainly not a Christian word or name. Why? Because the origin of the word is not Easter, it's Ishtar, which is, Christians now call it Easter, but it's really the Latin for Ishtar, basically. The Romans pronunciation for Ishtar. Then, let me continue reading. Easter, like all Christian holidays and festivals, has its origin in the Assyrian religion. Like all Christian holidays, these holidays have an origin, and none of them is in the Bible. Valentine's Day is not in the Bible. Christmas is not in, Christmas is in the Bible, but the Most High condemn Christmas in the Bible. See? None of these holidays in the Bible, you know what I mean, promoted by the Most High. The Most High actually tell you, don't celebrate that Christmas tree there. But another time that, we break that down 1,000 times on these pages. See? Easter, like all Christian holidays and festivals, has its origin in the Assyrian religion. And the word comes from the name of the ancient Assyrian mother goddess Ishtar. See here. This is Easter, otherwise known as Ishtar. See? Who was also called Semiramis. Now, when you go further than Ishtar, you get Semiramis, because as nations evolve, these ancient worships evolve, and the name and how they are celebrated also evolves. So today, Easter is celebrated with carnival and shaking and walk up and down naked, bacchanal or bacchanalia. And also in the Christian church, the so-called clean version, you go into the church and the Pope or the whatever put a piece of thing by your tongue and make you drink the blood of Jesus and eat him flesh and rare. Meanwhile, in them same kingdom, them really are celebrated with bacchanal and sexual orgies and all them things. That is a real celebration. But it's mass. You think that the Christian church celebration of Easter and bacchanal and carnival separates, not it's the same thing. It's the fertility sex orgy thing. I guess the Christian church version is the ceremonial version of it. But them wouldn't want you believe say it are the same. Are the same. Zane, it's a religion. But in today's time, it wouldn't make sense you have a pastor out at carnival blessing the celebration where woman and man walk up and down and have sex naked in the streets. It would have seemed strange. So they have the celebrations in the church, meanwhile the real them have the ritual in the church, meanwhile the real celebration go on the streets. Somebody said, sick med said them change the name over time. Yeah, so in this time, in the Babylonian time where you had Nimrod, she was named Semiramis. Now let me give you a quick explanation on who is Semiramis. So the Bible talk about Nimrod. Nimrod was a mighty hunter, meaning he became strong and gained power in the earth right after not really right after the flood, but he developed the first empire after God flooded the earth. Then this flood is not only recorded in the Hebrew scriptures or the Bible, but also throughout different civilizations. This same flood. See, his wife name was Semiramis. She never have 16 breasts though, or 13 breasts. See, she was just a regular woman. But she was also a mother. She was his wife / mother. And after him dead, because he wielded so much power, she never wanted the kingdom to fall. She was the queen at the time. She never wanted the kingdom to fall and to lose power. So what she said, she created the lie that his spirit is now in an evergreen tree, the Christmas tree. And if you don't bring gifts under the tree, in spirit, I go cut off your head and put it on the tree. That's why you have the Christmas ball and decoration on the tree. So eventually Nimrod became the Christmas tree. And his birthday was December the 25th. This is the beginning of all of the foolishness where you see I go on in the earth. And yes, so it starts. The Most High get rid of the first foolishness with the flood, and then another foolishness start with them, with a man and his wife / mother. So over time, she also became a god. So Nimrod became a god and a celebration, which eventually became Christmas. And she became a god. The mother and her son. So now you have the Christian church push the narrative of Mary and the baby Jesus at them. At them, same one. That's why we tell you to get rid of Christianity, brethren. You can't find God through Christianity. Christianity is a way they call it now, a Trojan horse to get the Israelites them to do idolatry. To worship idols. That is how the oppressor keep us oppressed, because he knows say once we are worship them God, yeah, God now go look away. Like him figure it out. Him say, all right, God now go upon them side, you know, if them a eat Easter bun. God now go upon them side if them a celebrate Easter. So decorate this holiday, call it, say it is about worshiping God when it is not. So inadvertently, and guess what? And them rely upon the ignorant of Christian, black people who become, and Hispanics who become Christians, who say it don't matter It don't matter because me I do it on behalf of God. That no work. Me give you an example why that no work. I get back to the articles. In time past, the Most High gave us instructions on how to build our altar. Him say use stones. Don't cut them. Don't cut these stones. Regular stones build up the altar. You see, if we build an altar where look like we carve it and decorate it, the Most High not accept it. The Most High give instruction. Him said, do this more you do. The Christian church play down the Most High instructions, telling you that God's laws are done away with and trick you, say it hard to keep. The Christian, which that is reason why the white man created it. So he can convince you, say you don't have to keep God's laws. So let me continue reading. See? So it's a Easter, like all Christian holidays and festivals, as its origin in the Assyrian religion, and the word comes from the name of the ancient Assyrian mother goddess, Ishtar, who was also called Semiramis. Remember, Semiramis is Nimrod mother / wife. And Ainana, Ishtar is the female equal to Ashur. And at times, Ishtar and Ashur are the same and equal in strength and in length. Right? Because through different dispensations of time and different kingdoms, them assimilate and blend the worship of this God. Like today, now Ishtar is Easter. And she's also Mary. You understand? Not the Mary in our Bible, you know. The Mary in our Christian church. The Mary in the Bible was just our King Yahushai's mother. That's all she was. She's not divine, just a regular young girl when she had sex the time. You know what I mean? Adult young woman. Just a regular woman. But Christianity make her out to be a God, which she was not. Christianity go as far as to make Jesus out to be the Most High God, and he is not. That is the things that Christianity do. So now they muddy the water. You feel like, say, boy, I go into church, I go get you closer to God. But it don't. It's further away from God. Because here what them do, them know you don't have a time to read the Bible. Some might say you are not interested in reading the Bible. So them know say, when them are telling in our church, you're not going to investigate it in the Bible. So them trap silly women in believing that you don't have to do certain things or you can do anything you feel like. And some stupid men follow. Some weak men follow. When the Most High have instructions when give, when want you to keep, and him said the men, the brothers, the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian brothers, you are to lead the charge. But when you go in a church and the woman them run things, because them know say, all right, guess what we are going to do? We're going to put the woman for be them lead. And this is how you're weak in a nation. You're weak in a nation by putting them woman in charge. So you lock up the man them in a jail. Then you subjugate them. You impoverish them, and then you not really put the woman them to real success, you know. But you give them enough that them over the man. So now them do have to respect the man. Now them lead the charge. Them do that from back in a slavery when them used to buck break the brothers in front of family. See, now the sister now, she raised the young men them, or the little youth them, for fear the oppressor and for be weak and to not rebel. Sick make say God is a woman. That's not what the Bible said. The Bible said God is a man of war. What you talk about? Unless you don't believe in the Bible. Unless you believe in some African, you know what I mean, which the Africans were the ones that sold you into slavery. Them built the slave ports on the west coast of Africa and sold you like a commodity to the white man. God is not a woman. See? And you're going to ask a silly question like, where God come from? Where God come from? Somebody would have to there first to make everything. Not every, the Bible tell us, say, not everything is made. Some things are created, some things are not created. God was not created. God don't have a creator. God is the creator. And God is human being have sex to multiply. You know what God did? God made man and him give woman as a companion so that we can multiply. Because we can't create life with our hands. You see that question the way you ask? Where did God come from? Is a dimensional question. The angels don't ask that question. That is a question that human beings ask. Because the concept of creation, we are limited to it because we were created. We are relegated to the concept of creation because it's the only thing we can fathom, being beings that were created. A being that was never created don't live in them boundaries there. God was not created. No, me not say you're wrong for ask a question. Me not say you're a fool for ask a question, neither. Only the Christian church tell you say you know if you ask question, you ask a good question, but me I tell you the reason why you ask it. See, we here being created beings, we are right. In order for a man born, he must have sex with a woman. Or slack, let me say that right way. In order for a person born, a man have sex with a woman and a baby come forth. That is our reality here on earth. The Most High reality is not that. When the Most High created mankind and womankind, which is mankind, see, man and woman, see, him created multitudes of us at one time and said, procreate. The Most High is him not procreate. Him is an everlasting being. When our people will go off into, you know what I mean, strange kind of thinking with aliens and things, this is not a problem. We don't have that problem. We only have this problem when it comes to the Most High. Like, if we are going to talk about aliens, right? Nobody say aliens have sex to reproduce. It's only a problem when we are talking about God. Reproduction or being created is only a concept of this planet Earth. Let me tell you another thing too. Time is also a concept of this planet Earth. You notice how we get old over time and we're relegated to the clock turning and day and the sun going down and the sun coming up. That is time for we. That is time. But time really don't exist. It doesn't exist. It's the sun and the moon circulating the earth or circling the earth that brings the concept of time. And what solidifies the concept of time is also you. Hold on, let me do this. And what also solidifies the concept of time is aging. So if there is no sun and no moon to change, you know what I mean, from day to night, and there's no aging, there's no time, the clock not relevant. So these are things where a concept of us, we have that concept. This is the confines in which the Most High put us. He put us in a confine of time and creation. but he was never created. That is just the dimension that we live in. The Most High don't even live in this dimension. This is the third dimension. The Most High live in the fourth dimension. That's why when an angel them amongst you can't ever see him. Yeah, that 6-eater thing, they are just, you know what I mean, blackity black conspiracy, weed smoking thing where, you know what I mean, people read something on the internet or read something or watch some video and them did 666, you know what I mean? Which the terms, the 666 concept come from the Bible. But nobody know listen to the Bible, them want, oh, yeah man, me see it in the Bible, but me go over here so go make sense. I read the Bible. Read the Bible. Why you go over some weird thing to understand something? And you know why everybody do that? Because of the Bible are the benchmark. Angels are just angels of light. All right. When I say angel, the word angels just mean messenger. That's all. The angel is just messenger. May I talk about a being that live in the fourth dimension that you can't see. It can take on a farm, any farm in this dimension. See? More time I walk amongst you upon the road. More time I try to teach you a lesson upon the road. And you treat him like dog shit on the road because you think he's just some old homeless man who you don't want to give $1 to. And you embarrass him. To teach you a lesson and prove you say he's a good person or a bad person. That's why the Bible says, be careful how you entertain strangers. See? An angel is just a being that God created, but him don't live in this dimension. You can't see him, but him decide you. Him report back to the fourth dimension where God is everything connected. The Most High is not no weird, dumb stuff that Christianity want to make him out to be. Then the Most High have this place pan lock. From the trees growing to you being planted into your mother's womb, it's a mechanism. And there are supervisors. And these are the angels. They control the weather, they control the atmosphere, they control, you know what I mean, the elements. But all of this in the Bible. Yeah, say, all right, so somebody said 007, James Bond. You know what I mean? Which, whenever I second time I see that person, yeah. Agent. Some agent of the white man. 007. Zane. So we'll get back to you. Some agent of the white man, 007. I go say, when are you going to accept that you are the living Bible? So just live good as you are. Well, guess what the Bible give you laws? So if you think you're the Bible, you know what I mean? What are the laws that you live by? Do you smoke weed? Do you smoke weed? Meanwhile, you answer the question there. Segment. Angels/angels of light. Brethren, stop that. Just listen, man. The word angel just means messenger. So you are saying messenger/messenger of light. The Bible never said the angel them make out a light. And you wouldn't get the concept of angels except for the Bible. So why are you going somewhere else to explain where the Bible introduced you to? The Bible introduced you to the term angel. Zin? So why you want to now say something with the Bible? It's like the Rastafarians them. Zin? This is what the Rasta them do. The Rasta them say, the King of Kings and Lord of Lords. And they make it out for this Selassie. When the Bible tells us the King of Kings and Lord of Lords is Jesus, it literally tells you. And it said the Lion of the tribe of Judah. The Rastaman them are going to make it for me. Well, Selassie, the Lion of the tribe of Judah. How is an Ethiopian going to come from the tribe of Judah when Judah come from a man named Israel? And the Ethiopians are Cush, who existed long before. Oh, you now become Judah and you are Ethiopia. You're a different race of people. So you can't take things from out of the Bible and then try explain it out of the Bible. When is the Bible introduced you to it? Maybe stop and read and see what the Bible said it is. The Bible did not say the angels are made out of light. If they were made out of light, you would have seen them because them are light. But you can't see them. Them decide that you know. I tell you to shut up. And you can't see them. You understand? All right, let me get back to this. May I finish the topic and then we get back to it. Right now, me not really, when I throw me off, and this topic is very important because a lot of people are get ready to celebrate Easter. They're going to buy them Easter bun and they're going to sin against God. And then they're going to wonder why so much crosses are follow them. See? Let me continue. So it said, yet their distinction remains to the extent that Ashur is the sun, Bara, and Ishtar the moon. Therefore, Easter is nothing more than Ishtar. Ishtar is the mother goddess of fertility. See? She have many names. Whole heap of names. See? And these names come about depend upon which kingdom are rule the earth. And they decide so they will fashion the ideology behind her according to their likening. And today, their likening call her Easter. Them call her Easter today. And them, you know what I mean? Them celebrate her during this period. See, even though all generations celebrated this foolishness during this time. See, let me continue. All right. Therefore, Easter is nothing more than Ishtar, one of the titles of Beltis, the queen of heaven. No, Beltis is also Easter or Ishtar. So you have one name is Semiramis, Inanna, Ishtar, Easter, and they are the goddess of fertility or the queen of heaven. See? Are the mother of God, which is what Christianity call Mary, where there's no mother of God in the Bible. No, there's no mother of God in the Bible. And when the Bible mentioned the queen of heaven, notice it said the queen of heaven. When the Bible talk about the queen of heaven, never read it. See? Let me find it now, quick and fast. So, all of these other, you know what I mean, queen of heaven thing are idols, you know what I mean, pagan, Gentiles idol with them worship. But our God said, look at man, hey, all of what them do, I make them make it up. Me create the earth, then me create the elements, all them thing there. Me I put them upon game. Una my people, want on a rule over them. Because they don't know crap, I mean I tell them, I tell Uno. So get them up to standard. See? So like segment now want to follow them. Segment want to follow them. But the intention, what the Most High gave us, that we should be above them and not below them like what we are today. So segment I follow them, and segment and all a segment people is in slavery today. Yeah, you see the point? So while segment is trying to justify queen of heaven and, you know what I mean, God is a woman, which is what this basically Ishtar thing is all about. This is saying God is a woman. See? We are in captivity. The white man still a rule over we. You wonder why? Because we want to believe God is a woman. You get the point? So, when we read the scripture now and show you what the Bible says about this Beltis, Inanna, Ishtar, Easter, Semiramis. See? This is Jeremiah 7 and 18. We're going to read from 18 to 19. See? I'm going to pull it now in the own Bible. Then this is what the Bible talk. This is the ancient figure that them used to worship, and the Most High was disgusted. See, the children gather wood, and the father kindle the fire, and the women knead dough to make cakes, the Easter bun, see, to the Queen of Heaven, and to pour out drink offering unto other gods. So not only she, to other gods like Nimrod with the Christmas tree, see, which the Christmas tree older than Christmas, see, that they may provoke me to anger. The Most High annoyed when him see we are worship statue. Basically a statue of what we create of a concept of somebody who was alive, who died. And we are worship it as God. The Most High annoyed because him know him can send plagues upon the earth when this statue can't do nothing. It can't do nothing. You have to move it. You have to lift it up and carry it over there so and bow down and worship it. And when you bring your offerings to it, it stay there and rotten. Are the priests governing this idol when you now look, take the gifts and enrich himself just like Christianity? The real deal is some wicked woman who used to rule as queen. Just a woman who married her son, Semiramis. That's where it started, you know. So yeah, I said just a representative of the real deal is an incestuous woman who have sex with her son. That's the real deal. And then it became this popular myth that she's the goddess of fertility. Fertility because she's fertile. She have her son and have sex with him. That's what she did. So this is what we're doing at ISUPK. We get to the root of all of them something. Segment and all of the black Pan-African Kemet people them are going to read about Egypt and say, oh, Ra and Re. We get to the origin. It started in Babylon before Egypt. And what was it? Just some wicked tyrant who never have magical powers. He never have magical powers. He just know how to manipulate people, control people, starve people, oppress people. And over time, over thousands of years, his name change and them start worship him as a god. That's what we do in the ISUPK. We don't just listen to some nut we smoke ganja every day in life on the internet and say, yeah man, that's true, that makes sense. We say, where it start? All right. Oh, and they say it come from. Sure. The Bible, they talk about it. See there? Right, they say there in another scripture there. That is what we do. We no follow back up. We don't follow popular sentiments. We want to know if it's true or not. All right, so segment asks an excellent question. That's why I'm not beat you in a segment. I'm not beat you too bad, you know. Where did Cain and Abel get their wife from? All right, so in Genesis where it said, God created the heaven and earth, and then he create man. He never create one person. He never does create Adam and Eve. You see, when it says, and God created man in his own image, he created Adam and Eve. That's talking about God now giving man his laws. Now, instead of man being this immoral, wild beast that eat what he want, do what he want, take a dump in front of everybody, man becomes civilized and lawful and moral. So that was Adam and his wife Eve. But they had to be born. They came from a family of people who already existed. So now when Cain killed Abel, because you misunderstand it, you know, Abel never said nothing about Abel getting a wife. Cain unalive Abel, and he was banished. And then he went to the city of Nod, and he find a wife there because there was already women, whole heap of people created. These were the people that God killed in the flood. So the Bible was not made for other nations to understand. It was made for us to understand it. So the first creation was the physical creation. The second creation was God making us in his image, thinking like him. And he gave that privilege to Adam. So Adam now start name the animals them now. So the animal that will exist for 1,000 years before, me go call it cow. Me just give you an example. See? Me go call that a cat, and me go say, well, God tell me say that one enough to eat, you know, but him tell me say that one I can't eat, because that one not gonna give you disease. See? God tell me say, all right, we must not sleep with the next man woman. So me I make sure every woman me sleep with are my woman alone. See? But what happened to Eve? Eve get, you know what I mean, deceived by some other person, which the Bible calls a serpent, is not a real snake. Because snake can't talk. Unless it's a miracle from God, and it never said it was a miracle. It's a talk about she being deceived. You understand? No, the serpent was just a man, somebody getting her head. So instead of what she learned from her husband, she learned, say, and the fruit, right? Of the knowledge of good and evil is not a literal fruit. It's a knowledge that would turn her away from the instruction of God. The tree of life was the Most High teaching Adam how to read the cosmos. Because everything written that astrologers used to do it, but the Most High teach Adam the right way. Him teach Adam say, look, astrologers eventually them do them own thing and them turn it in a, you know what I mean, in a Cancer, in a Pisces and whatever them zodiac sign. God never give Adam that. Him teach Adam how to understand the earth through the stars. Because that is what the stars are there for. But you can't read it because God never tell you. So don't bother try. Zin? So that is the tree of life. Zin? The tree of knowledge of good and evil is what you do if you disobey the tree of life. If you go off in other philosophies like this. So now, this I go lead them apart because with every idol, it have a practice. And with this fertility goddess, it means you go out there and practice immoral sex. Me just give you an example of how other gods, you know what I mean? Other worship of other gods affect your behavior where you do. So your custom is now going to carnival, which is tied into Easter, of random sex. And that is adultery and fornication. The Most I say enough to do that. Because you believe say God is a woman, no, you can just be a whore. You can sleep with anybody you feel like because you're liberated as a woman and God is a woman, so now you can go back a doll, go have sex, get drunk, and have sex with some man where you never know. You understand? So, but this said, Jeremiah 7:18, the children gather wood, and the father kindle the fire, and the women knead their dough to make cakes, Easter bun. See? Easter bun. See? To make cakes to the queen of heaven, Ishtar. That is your Easter bun. Where your Easter bun is tied into this. You understand? So don't celebrate Easter. Don't celebrate Easter. Don't go to come out of the church. Come out of the church. See? All right. We're going to read some more thing. I'll read some more thing. Give me a second. See what I go on over here, so. All right. Let me finish. Let me see which part of this I'm going to read now. Bam, 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 bam. All right, bam. See? Let me show you how this is a festival, you know. Carnival, Bacchanal, same festival. So I'm going to read this. In Assyria, the spring festival of Akito, the Assyrian New Year, celebrated around the spring equinox, which is the same celebration, just different, you know what I mean, different little subsections and different ways and different practice, depending on which era you're living in. See? Which is March the 20th or March the 21st. See? Lasted 12 days and ushered in the festival of Ishtar, which is Easter. So starting March the 20th, you count 12 days, see? And then now you have Easter. When is Easter today? Easter the near it's so forward, see? But around the spring equinox. You understand? Or the time when the earth renew itself, which them claim is the fertility season. That's why this thing you have 13 breasts. Because it represents fertility. That's Easter. And that's why you have the bunny or the rabbit. And rabbits do not lay eggs, but it's to symbolize fertility. Zane, let's continue. Celebrate on the first Sunday after the first moon. What them call Easter Sunday? Well, them I tell you about something that happening from Assyria. But Christianity do it today. Why? This was being celebrated before Jesus even born. Wagwan, yes, sir. Wagwan. This was being celebrated before Jesus born in Assyria. So how is it now your Christian church have a Easter Sunday and the Assyrians before Jesus have a Ishtar Sunday? Around the same time. Where them get it from? So your Christian church say Easter is about the death and resurrection of Christ. Meanwhile, the Assyrians celebrate the same day, Zane, but it wasn't about Christ because Christ never born yet. The first right thing you say, segment, the beginning of the real new year, which the Most High told us in the Bible, which me going to read. I'm going to read it in the Bible. See? And many of the things them where una talk is just una mixing of our teaching with the madness we una learn out of some part. So una blend enough of the things them, you know what I mean? Instead of zoning in what we're teaching, una mix what we teach with the filth we wanna learn over some other part. Don't know to do that. Come in the school and learn properly. I don't think that is why the PMC must have, baby. I think the birth rate is falling, so now him say, yo, we in danger. Our country is in danger because so much women have illegal abortions to the tune of 22,000 each year. See? So now the death rate will surpass the birth rate. Plus, you have people that turn LGBT and all them things, they are not no harm, no picnic. Segment say Christ is not a person, it's a divine conscience. That's Christianity. So segment, you're basically talking like a Christian. That's what Christians say. And the Bible never said that. The Bible says he was made like his brothers. Christ came in the flesh. Christ was a man who's going to rule Israel. Yes, he's, you know what I mean? He's the king of Israel, but he's not a God. Or he's not the Most High, because God just means power. Like anybody with power can be a God because it's just the power with them have. God just means power. But segment it appears that you are more Christian than you think, because you are repeating the foolishness of the Christian church. And that is the thing. Christianity is really just the foolishness from ever since. So many people are try escape, you know what I mean? I try find black culture and go off into some ancient Egypt, this black ancient thing. But Christianity just don't do that. Them just take out the black out of it and put white. You never did have to left Christianity if you talk or you talk now. Christians believe what you believe. Christians pray to Mary, them believe Mary a God. The Catholic Church believe Mary is a God, the mother of God. So segment, you never have to left Christianity. You could have stayed in a Christianity. What you don't understand is Christianity, where you attack, is the ancient version of Christianity. What we are saying is the Bible is not talking about what you are talking about, nor Christianity. That is what we are saying. The Bible don't have nothing at all to do with you nor Christianity. But you and Christianity have more in common than you think. Because we can guarantee you, if you start talking about, you know what I mean, oh, God is a woman, the Catholics, them are going to say, yeah, Mary was a God. All right, here segment now. Here segment. Put aside your ego and balance yourself with the feminine energy. You see this? Me I talk what the Bible say. What ego come in at that? The Bible said. All right, let me read it. Exodus 15:3. The Lord is a man of war. Man. We are talking about ego. May I tell you, we in the ISUPK, we follow the Bible. Is no emotion, is no ego. We are telling you what our God tell we. Your ego want God to be a woman. And I bet you believe like like Polite. You know somebody named Brother Polite segment. No, may I read your name? Your name sound like some Kemet name. See? You know somebody named Brother Polite? That brother used to say the black woman is God. Do you believe that? No, I can't think past the Bible. Because the Bible was given to our people. When you think past the Bible, you start think like the white man and in Christianity, like you, segment. All right, so segment is a follower of Polite. Bear in mind, Polite, or the person named Brother Polite, is in jail for raping a 14-year-old. Is in? Him is in jail, and he came out with this concept, or he popularized the concept that the black woman is God, and God is a woman, and Meanwhile, he was abusing women. He was using that to manipulate a young girl. And all of the women them were used to follow him, they believing that the black woman is God. I guess they don't believe it now. Because him in a jail for raping a 14-year-old. And what me notice is everybody, Dr. Sebi, not Dr. Sebi, what name? What that person the name, man? Same Polite, film teacher. Then that person, I forget him name, in a jail for molestation too. So it seems like the whole Pan-African movement are just Christianity, because Christianity known for them. You get me? I say something about it will lead to the raping of children. And you know, don't take into consideration who not learn from, because them people who not learn from are rape children. And the Bible tell you this. We are going to Matthew 7 and 18. A good tree cannot bring forth evil fruits. Neither can a corrupt tree bring forth good fruits. So, we keep on and learn from some people and them fruits rotten. Like the Christian church and the Kemet people. By the way, I don't even know why I talk to a Kemet person, because Kemet dead already. Captain Tizariak and ISUPK destroy the conscious community. Our captain, one of our captain in the ISUPK, completely destroyed the conscious community that believe in a way you believe in. Him destroy brother Polite, or so-called brother Polite, because he might be an African. Him destroy everybody. And him use the Bible. And now who are they? The conscious community is dead. Captain Tizariak is the leader of the conscious community now. We are in charge of the conscious community. So if you know what good for your segment, get inside this conscious community, because we already discredited all of your teachers. You think, all right, after I left off of the class, yeah, type in Captain Tizariak and the conscious community and just watch the videos and the debates. See? Just do that. But don't talk. The conscious community, I don't nobody know. And some LGBT in the conscious community now, like Shaka Atmos and when name Jabari. All right, here where Captain Tizaria use them and destroy them. Them love Egypt, you know. But one of the Egyptian gods, this is how him created the earth. Then him name Nut. I think it's Nut. I might wrong by the name, I might mispronounce the name. I know Sekmek, I go correct me. Nut. Here's how him create the earth. And there's a picture on the Egyptian hieroglyphics or wall with it. Him ejaculating in his own mouth. And that is how Egypt, the ancient Egyptians, them said the earth was created. And there's a picture of him with him rod, with him hood applied to him mouth. That depend him where the bomb buckle at. But you don't come off of this, man. Listen, my man. On the community, it dead. Not to mention the other Egyptian god who grape another male Egyptian god. May I break it down one of them class here. Probably my next class. May I go in this whole Kemet thing, because I think it had been dead like 4 years ago. You still there, knowing what you know about yourself. And I guess that is the reason why I come up against the Bible, because the Bible talk morality. The Bible says a man must not lie with mankind. We're looking at the conscious community, in a Kemet community, be a LGBT. I don't say all of you are LGBT. But some enough of the teachers them are clear LGBT. I don't want to come up against the Bible, because the Bible says a man must not lie with mankind. And that one I don't like. And guess what? The conscious community is a white man planted. And the white man deception on the fall feet, because you don't want to be so black that you don't leave out. Say, maybe the Hispanics, them are our brothers. Maybe the native Indians, them are our brothers. When you gone over Africa where Sodom and Gomorrah was, thinking that, oh, the Africans, them are our brothers. They sold you into slavery and they were Sodom and Gomorrah. Them are Sodom and Gomorrah. Them are do them thing before the white man. This what we are teach are the truth. And that is why we can confound, you know. That's why we can't confound we, and we can confound, you know, because there's God real, brethren. God real, you know. But you don't want to believe say God is a woman. And we see the fruits where we bear. We see say uno no have uno for uno woman them want sexual liberation. Uno want naked like the Africans them. What segment that? Him say see you or she says see you soon, son. Where you do gone? Oh, me can't bother with you. Someone on this chat. I'm gonna get back for my thing there. For my topic. See? Someone who just there for distraction, yeah, man. No one know what I talk. So Easter, see, is really Ishtar. At one point, even the Egyptians were celebrating or worshiping Ishtar. She would have been Osiris, what the woman Egyptian god name. And she had the sun. Yeah, you know, them like to say, them like to cut Christianity, you know, but them can't cut the Bible. Them like to say, Mary and the son that come from Egypt. Let me find her name. See? You can cut Christianity. But you can't cut the Bible because the Bible never say nothing like that. Oh, see one here? Sekhmet. And that them name off. And that them name off a Sekhmet. And spell it wrong. All right, where the next one name? The popular one. Ma'at. Isis, right. Isis. Isis is Mary. But not the Mary in the Bible. Not the Mary in the Bible. The Mary in the Bible are just Mariam. A woman who gave birth to a man who was supposed to free the nation. He wasn't a god, and she wasn't a god. But Isis was a god to the Egyptians. You understand? And Sekhmet, that's I guess Sekhmet is a woman then. It would be strange if Sekhmet all this time was a man. Sekhmet a go carnival. Or she a go in a some club, go shake her ass. You know what I mean? And play the whore because according to she, God is a woman. And she liberated for skin out and shake her ass and sleep with as much man as she feel like. That is what the conscious community women do. They are whores. But there are no whores in the ISUPK because our sisters are princesses and them carry themselves in a moral manner according to the laws of God. And we implore sisters who in them stupid community, come into the ISUPK, make we clean you up. You know what I mean? It would have been as if you never had sex in your life. You become a maiden again when you come inside the ISUPK, when you change. You understand? Don't be as filthy as Sekhmet, who wants to go to carnival and some club and shake her ass because she's liberal and she we call it liberated. Be one of the princesses in the ISUPK. Somebody, a sister with God will smile upon. Where we submit to your husband who will love and give him life for you. No man now give them life in a whore. No man, a man we have sex with a whore. In anger too. And if I wanna run the streets and wanna think wanna pull men. Men are beat out on the wall in a anger. Cause I'm hate to know. A man will have sex with somebody that he hates. But our sisters in the ISUPK, we love them. We love them. Those are sisters we can rely upon. See? Those are sisters that now go play the whore out there in the street. Them value themselves more. Them know that they are precious. But in the conscious community, in Egyptology and Kemet, them don't value themselves. Them liberated. Them skin out and do anything with them feel like. Them go a carnival, go have sex in a public. Anyway, all right. So we're going to lift off an Easter thing now. And we're going to show you that Easter is not something that the Most High gave us. See? What the Most High gave us was the Passover, and that in the Bible. And the Passover was celebrated around the same period, not the same date, It didn't have the same practice. The purpose of the Passover was because God freed us out of the same Egypt we segment name ourselves from after the Egyptian God. And it's so ironic. Sorry for sidebar. This Egyptian thing is so evil, because these were the people that enslaved us in time past, and our people are trying to be them. Anyway, the Passover, the meaning of the Passover is God freed us out of slavery, out of Egypt. And him said, celebrate this as a remembrance. It's like a commemoration of how our nation became a nation. Zane? So let me tell you how the Romans, Zane, who learned from the Egyptians, our enslavers, who eventually enslaved us too, which we are under the Romans, the same white people today. Zane? Why they change the Passover to Easter? Because they follow the Egyptians and the other kingdoms before the Egyptians. See? We just a paraphrase so I understand, so I get the whole, you know what I mean, pattern. See? This said, history of the abolition of the Passover, which is in the Bible. See? Of the new covenant from the early church to the Council of Nicaea in AD 325. See? So many of you might know about the Council of Nicaea or Council of Nicaea. See? Where the Romans decide that they are going to change up the stories in the Bible. And they eventually wrote their own Bible. Let me fast forward to about the 15th century or the 14th century. King James, who is a black man, had to go to war with the Roman Catholic Church to maintain the records. He did not write the Bible. He translated as accurate as he could, because the Roman Catholic Church was spreading their lies. They were painting white Jesuses and white disciples. See? Now, King James, remember me telling you, say, enough of our people, after Jerusalem fell, fled into Europe, we eventually ruled some part of Europe, England, Ireland. That's why Jamaica say Irie. See? King James, the King of Scotland and the King of England at the time, who was eventually unalived by the Roman Catholics, or the Romans, translated the most accurate version and made it in a book format where everybody could get it. So it's like him put it on the internet for everybody to see. Just picture it away there, because the Romans, them, you had to be rich to own the scriptures. King James, being an Israelite, want to maintain it. So him print whole heap of copy, whole heap of translation. The Roman Catholic Church eventually unalive him and spread a lie. Say him is a LGBT and that him is a rapist, him is this and him that, and then them paint him as white. You understand? But anyway, many people today claim to believe in Jesus Christ, but we can hardly find any Christians who keep the Passover. Why it say that? Because Jesus kept the Passover. Christianity don't keep the Passover whatsoever. They don't keep none of the holy days inside of the Bible. That should be highly suspicious. But them keep Ishtar, Easter, them keep Nimrod, Christmas, them keep Valentine's Day, Cupid. But why don't us throw something out of the Bible in it? At least put the Passover in it, no man. If you know so clear, is because Christianity is anti-Christ. We don't understand the level of evil that Christianity is. The Antichrist, Christ said himself when he did there here upon the earth. The Antichrist is already here. Many of them there already. Christianity is the heights of Antichrist. Christianity is the Antichrist. Anti mean against. Christianity is against Christ. See, let me continue reading. See? Christians, Slakia. But we can hardly find any Christians who keep the Passover of the new covenant that Jesus established through his blood. That is what Christ did. Christ was the Passover. The Passover was sacrifice a lamb for your sin, meaning pay a fine because you were farmers. So if you kill your best lamb, it would be an expense. We took advantage of it. We became so rich that we could just sacrifice many lambs and commit atrocities. So the Most High sent a man, not a lamb, see, and said, this man is the sacrifice for your sin. When him give up him own a life for your sinful race, now you have to follow him. Him and know your king. That's the point. So him at the Passover. But Christians don't celebrate the Passover. They are anti-Christ. See, let me continue. It is because the Passover was abolished at the Council of Nicaea in AD 32. Slakia, 325. Slakia. The council was convened by Emperor Constantine as the first world council of the Christian church. The Romans did it, the white people, these same people who created Christianity, they abolished the Passover. And they are the ones that telling you about Jesus today. And Jesus is not even one of their brothers. Jesus is our brother. I learn the filth in the Christian church and I get ready to celebrate this and don't know. But I wake up time. Our people are wake up. We are see the lies for what it is. You notice segment no come back yet? Segment run gone. I saw them deal with me. Chat off them mouth and then run away. Like the Rastafari community. Then can't manage it. Why? Because we are the truth. The thing is, the ISUPK motto is the home of the truth. And the truth we are talking, we don't tell no lie. We are going to the truth. Christianity is a lie. Rastafarianism is a lie. Islam is a lie. These religions are lies. We are God's chosen people. This book, this Bible, how we write it. How we take it back. You understand? All right, so the Council of Nicaea, them abolish the Passover and switch it with Easter. Then, that go on. But at the Passover, the right thing to keep. You understand? All right, let me read some scriptures. What me don't know. I will show you that Christ kept the Passover. You know how them have this picture with Christ in the upper room with his disciples. Them everybody know that picture. See? And them eat the bread and the wine, and you know the scripture will say, "This is my blood, and this is the bread is my body," as a metaphor, though. See, not literal blood and rare. See, that was the Passover. But them call it, what them call it in a Christianity? The Lord's Supper. Let me show you, say, it was the Passover. This is Matthew 26. And let me start at verse 17. See? No, the first day of the Feast of Unleavened Bread. So it said, no, the first day of the Feast of Unleavened Bread, the disciples came to Jesus, or Yahushua, saying unto him, where wilt thou that we prepare for thee to eat the Passover? This whole Lord's Supper was the Passover. There's no Lord's Supper in the Bible. See? Verse 18, and he said, go into the city to such a man, and say unto him, the master saith, my time is at hand. I will keep the Passover at thy house with my disciples. that was the Passover. When the Christian church come with this signia, where you have the Lord's Supper, but you celebrate Easter. It's because the white man, this Bible is completely against him. It is, it's not in his best interest that you do nothing in this Bible. I'm showing you something. If the white man could have burned and destroyed all the Bibles, he would. But that is like wiping off all the information about, some topic off of the internet. It is virtually impossible. Because somebody somewhere made a copy of it. So if you even destroy the biggest website them with the information, somebody ever create a website that will become big and the information over there again. Because somebody have the information somewhere in digital form. There was so much Bible being printed. And they were doing it, They were going around burning the Bibles. But them realized, boy, it don't make no sense. So what did they do? Them say, the Bible is talking about us. We are the ones that teach the Bible. We follow the Bible. We are the real Christians. That is what they did. So now that even worse than burning the Bible. That worse than burning the Bible. No, you are the authority of the Bible. So when me read something of the Bible, you're going to tell me, say, this it me. And I'm going to say, oh, so Mary didn't have sex. When the Bible never says so. See? You're going to say, oh, Joseph is not Jesus' biological father. When the Bible says Joseph is Jesus' biological father. You're going to say, oh, so the Lord's Sabbath is Sunday. The Bible not say that. It's just the white man I tell you about something where slavery cause you don't know about anymore. Where you would have been the authority upon the Bible had you not gone into slavery. You understand? And that are going on in the earth now. And that are the big secret of the earth. The big secret of the earth, this religion that we were enslaved and beat to a pulp to serve, the book that them use is really ours. That's the secret. We are God's chosen people. Last days now, the truth has come to the front. This is the big secret of planet Earth. The Jamaicans, the Trinidadians, the slaves are really God's chosen people. So now guess what? The world is going to come to an end. Because the truth is out. And God is wrapping up everything right now. We are going to rule shortly. Our time for rule. We are going to gain back our identity. And this place is going to burn. And that is the secret of planet Earth. Me personally, growing up, I didn't know that there was something that I'm supposed to know before I die. If I never knew it, my life was pointless. Every black man supposed to can relate to that. This is it. This is the plot. This is what the secret of this place is. You are the people of the Bible and not them. They are supposed to be the servants, not you. And it's a glorious thing, and we should love the fact that we are that people. And by loving that fact, we should now come back to the Most High, do the right thing. Come out of the Christian church, because clearly they might teach you lies. Come out of these religions, because when you read the Bible, God say him, though we are serve nobody but him. How the hell me I go it? It's like he's a boss. See? You hire this person to supervise your company. And you tell him, say, follow my instructions. But them decide, say, them are go, you know what I mean, take instruction from a man who run a patty shop. Me I fire him. And the situation that with we and the Most High is the only thing is God never fire we for good. I should appreciate that. Why would you take instruction from somebody who's not your boss? That's betrayal. We're not loyal to the most are loyal to we are we not loyal to him. We want to follow the white man, that LGBT, Epstein, child rapist. Him we want to follow FIRME religion, FIRME thing. That don't make no sense. We better than them and we must accept it. And stop loving up them white woman and our sisters. Stop loving up them white man. And stop saying that you're Africans. You're better than them. You're better than the Africans them. You're God chosen. You're royalty, virgin. You're royalty. You're the royal bloodline on the earth. You know, see it. You can see it too, you know. If you look good enough, you will see it, you know. Say, wait, but hold on. But we're better than everybody else. Well, Jamaicans love to say that. I don't think that is a secret to Jamaicans. Jamaicans well aware of that. But if you check blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, it's the same thing. We're better than everybody else. We see it, but we ignore it. Well, this is the answer. We are God's chosen, and that's why we're better than everybody else. You understand? So, the Passover is what we're supposed to keep. Not Easter. See? Not Easter. All right? I think we can close out now. Yeah, we can close out the class now. See? We basically cover it. So this year, 13 I want to left because I saw a thing always going on. You know what I mean? We're going to start off with multitudes, but as soon as we get into the truth of the matter, well, some people can't now accept. Some people can't accept the truth because they've been Christians for so long. Them granny been Christian, them great grandparents been Christian, been celebrating. Easter bun too nice. So we're down to 12 people or 13. Me understand. But the 12 or 13 I want to be there. Zin, don't celebrate Easter. Don't celebrate no more holidays. The Passover is April the 1st. We will be hosting it. If you can jump on a plane and make it to Houston, Texas, please do so. You understand? All blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are invited. It's mandatory. And with that, we're going to jump to the security announcements. You know what I mean? Remember to like, share, follow, subscribe, depending on the platform you're watching on. All right, these are the ISUPK security announcements. We are the ISUPK, started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, 1969, under Commanding General YAHANNA. New rules for brothers and for sisters. When a new brother or a sister comes into the school, they are off limit for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to that brother or that sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in the book of Numbers 18 and 21 and Malachi 3 verse 8 to 10. It means tenth in the Hebrew and it's pronounced Ma'aishara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you'd like. Upcoming Holy Convocation, so we have the Passover coming up, April the 4th, Houston, Texas. All blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are invited. It's mandatory. If you can make it to the Passover, please do so. Come and eat, drink, and enjoy the Lord's Passover with, you know what I mean, your people. You understand? Yeah, man. With brotherhood and sisterhood. You understand? Yeah, man. And the Passover fee would be $200. That includes accommodation, food, transportation. You know what I mean? Yeah, for everybody over the age of 70. You know what I mean? So it's a good deal. You get hotel room and everything. Command in general, you're not basically paid more side, but your $200 just for, you know what I mean, alleviate a little bit of the you know what I mean, thing. Because no hotel room for how much days don't cost $200. You understand? Because you have the Passover and then the Feast of Unleavened Bread, and then you have 7 days of Feast of Unleavened Bread. $200 can't thing that do that. You understand? So come on in general, YAHANNA basically. Plus, you know what I mean? You probably travel with your kids and you want a babysitter. You know what I mean? $200 can't cover that. So come on in general, YAHANNA infoot the bill. Your $200 is just so that, you know what I mean, you can commit. See it? And it is mandatory. Upcoming Holy Convocation. Reminding Akiam and Aquatiam to check on social media such as ISUPK.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for ISUPK events and materials. If you want to be a brother or a trooper in the school, please give us a call, come in class or attend class in your all black. Includes black boot, shirt, pants, headband, and your scarf. See? And with that, we're going to give one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, I'm Adim Shabbat, I'm Adim, Barak, Yahweh Ba'asham, Yahweh Shai Barak, a thumb, Yadamata, class dismissed. All right, so till next time, next class is Wednesday. We have a show called Conflict Zone Tuesday. Look out for that. Command in General YAHANNA have a show tomorrow night called the Black Watch, and his page, the real Command in General YAHANNA. See? So just type in that in your Google machine now, subscribe, so that you can get all of the breakdown of the prophecies and how it relates to the war we are going right now and the happenings concerning Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian. It concerns your life and what you need to do in short order. You need to watch Command in General YAHANNA. See? And as a matter of fact, just subscribe to every ISUPK page. Many people hear that they are Israelite and go follow some fake Hebrew Israelite group. Please don't do that. For your own sake. See? Don't do that. Subscribe to the ISU and Salakia. I make a mistake before me join the truth, and me can tell you now. Take my foolish advice. Do not listen to nobody else but the ISUPK. See? Subscribe to every ISUPK page so you can get the raw, authentic, pure truth. You understand? You don't want mud in the water in them time. Yeah? Time a boil down. You don't want a man to come and tell us that white people can be saved and all them foolishness there. And that it's okay to grape woman and sleep with minors. You don't want them think they are muddy up the water right now. You don't want some LGBT teacher. Bridget, lock in. Zin, get inside the ISUPK. Watch them class there. That is the way you're going to get true knowledge and true wisdom in them time. You understand? And with that, shalom.